Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the AdviColor podcast. We're joined by your favorite guests. We have Double, Josh, and
Yo!
Joe, as it is. Thanks for the follow, Parksua. Appreciate it. And we were just talking about like what to discuss today. We were talking about fitness, and then Double pointed out like some obscure laws that were pretty funny. What were you saying about that?
Oh, just like laws that are still in effect that were made
Like
mainly
they
for
need
just
replaced.
safety,
Like,
but just at the time they were actually needed.
well, that's kind of weird though, because some of them don't make sense, even for like across history to me. Like the one you mentioned about like the buffalo from the second story of a hotel. Like,
Yeah, you're not allowed to shoot a buffalo from the second story.
was that
of a
like a
hotel.
common thing? And or like, I wonder why that was a rule. Maybe like one person
Listen, somebody did it.
and you're like, hey, stop that. It's a free country. And you're like, okay, well now it's a free country if you can't shoot buffalo from the second story window of a hotel. How do you like that, Bob? And so he started shooting chicken probably, and they gave up because laws take years to pass. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Most likely. But you also can't sell your eyes.
Like organ donation or like selling?
You can't sell your eyeballs in Texas against the law.
Everything else is good though. That is kind of weird.
And the other one where it's you can't you legally have to have windshield wipers, but a windshield isn't required.
Yeah, imagine you're driving down the road, right? You see somebody's windshield wipers going, but not on nothing. There's like there's no glass. Could you imagine that? I guess
Dude,
the
exactly, that's
intention
what I'm
is,
talking about.
I guess the intention is that you would likely have I guess glass if you had wipers on the glass, right? But that kind of creates a little loophole. I guess they didn't think ahead. Parksua wants to talk about VR and Seal's musical career.
So I'm just reading, and on that buffalo idea, I believe the law was made in Texas, originated in Texas, because buffalo are a lot more common then. They're not as common then. They're not now. I mean, they're not as common now. They're not walking across the streets usually. So they were randomly walking across streets. And whenever this law was in effect, people could sometimes slip their gun and they could shoot somebody a lot easily. It would be easier for them to kill somebody.
So
because they weren't as accurate, their guns weren't as accurate, etc.
Gotcha. And from what I'm deducing, if it's common to be able to shoot out of windows, I mean, people could use that as like a disguise to like assassins, where they're like, oh, I was trying to shoot a buffalo. Well,
Exactly.
you walked in front of it, or I slipped. So generally, I feel like that'd probably be
Right.
actually a good idea to discourage that kind of behavior. To be like, nip it in the bud. People are okay with, people shouldn't be allowed to shoot out of windows, in a public area. All right. Just for safety reasons. And then, yeah, that actually sounds like now that actually kind of makes sense. But if you just hear it for the first time, it's like, what? I guess it's kind of like, it makes more sense like when you're in that time, because you see what's going on. You're like, oh, somebody should put a stop to it. But if it's not a common thing, then I guess the law isn't technically needed anymore. I don't know. That's interesting. So yeah, I guess the law is kind of like obsolete now, because like, not a lot of people are trying to do that, I don't think.
There was this one law I read about. You're not allowed to put salt on a railroad. If you do, it's punishable by death.
Oh yeah. In what state?
I don't know. I don't remember which state. We'll have to have Jamie pull that up, but I don't really, because I don't remember.
I got you. I mean, that's interesting. I know because salt can like destroy like the new roads and crack them up, but that's interesting that it's a death sentence. I don't think any judge in their right mind would actually do that though.
There's no telling what they do.
I mean, because that's interesting, because I was talking to a corpsman in the Coast Guard. Like I guess the official handbook is that like if you're caught stealing anything, no matter if it's like like a paperclip or like an actual gun, that's also punishable by death. I think the idea was kind of like to discourage abandonment, where people would just disappear with all their gear, and so if they didn't leave all their gear behind when they disbanded, then they could be tried for treason. So it was to discourage people from running away, and like it's a death penalty. But nowadays I feel like that could be abused, because like, I mean, yeah, no, it's interesting thing. It definitely needs updated at some point, but like people are not actually, you don't, how many times do you hear people in the military being put to death for stealing? I mean, they don't actually enforce that, right? It's just not updated, but that's technically what it says. So it's weird. A lot of these laws, like they're not actually enforced. If you've noticed that, I remember seeing like YouTube videos where people would intentionally like break the laws just like that, like holding a sign while walking backwards on the sidewalk or something, and like in front of police officers, just as like a YouTube video. I thought that was kind of interesting, because like the cops were just like, what do you do? Like they didn't really care, you know? So it's like, they're technically, I feel like if there was like a stickler police officer, they technically could be enforced, but I don't think any judge would sign off on that for sure. I think there's like some discretion there, like obviously we can't have this in like a modern society. But that's just how I make sense of it. What do y'all think?
I think if they don't need the law, they should just get rid of it, man. Like if you're not going to enforce it, there's no need to have it.
Right. That makes sense. But I mean, the thing about that is like putting laws into effect and then also taking them out of effect is a very long process. It could take years, because it has to like go to like the local Congress people who have to basically sell it to like the elected officials, and then they have to like bring that to Congress or like the Senate, and then it has to pass through both. And sometimes they're like, no, we want to revise this, and send it back, and then they'll fix it, send it back, and they'll find something else they don't like, and that whole process can take years before they're like, okay, yeah, we'll sign up on this. So I feel like those are kind of like back burner type deals. Like it's not really an issue, and it's not really being abused either. It's just outdated information, and they're more worried about like more modern things. Like I think Roe v. Wade was one of the most recent things that changed. Like that's their priority right now. That's what they're working on. You know, there's these legacy laws, I guess they're just gonna stay there until they actually become a serious problem.
Right. That does make sense. Just to have them on the back burner.
Are you gonna leave that music on the whole time, or is that just for the intro?
Oh, my bad.
Good luck to whoever's editing this.
Yeah.
It'd probably be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I can still hear it ringing. It's a very catchy tune, to be honest. It's like a really interesting loop. Dun, 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 dun.
There's this one law where in Texas you can't drink more than 2 sips of beer while standing up.
Well, that's a weird one.
In
Like,
Texas?
Just in Texas, or the entirety of Texas?
Yeah, the entirety of Texas.
There's no way people actually follow that. I've seen it happen. Nobody follows that.
Oh yeah, no, nobody follows it.
Unless you have a super strict cop that is all aware of every law in existence.
He's got him.
There's also this one law where you can't it's actually illegal to eat your neighbor's garbage without permission. Yeah, that's a law in Texas.
California?
Texas.
Hey, welcome, Kiwi. You made it. We were just talking. I think we're past that at this point. I don't even want to hear the word late. It's annoying.
What bullshit has been going down?
So yeah, we were just talking about like obsolete laws. Like W was just talking about like it's illegal for you to eat your neighbor's like garbage or something like that.
Yeah, you can't eat your neighbor's garbage without permission.
First off, who the heck would get permission? And second of all, why are you who's gonna eat their neighbor's garbage? I feel like that's kind of directed at like homeless people, but like if it's talking about your neighbor in particular, then that means you live next to them. So you have a home in that scenario. So you're not homeless. So you're just weird.
That's what we call kinky people.
So I
Or
imagine
furries.
it's fair. Like homeless people are allowed to do it, but the people that live next door aren't. Which I guess that kind of makes sense because if you wanted to discourage them, you could like take the food first and like pretend to eat it. I don't freaking know. I don't know how that law came into pass, but I'd like to hear what the heck was behind that one. Probably some weird stuff. There's always like, so you know, we're strictly speaking like the actual legal system, but what comes to mind for me is like schools and like at schools or at libraries, like you'll see these random things like pieces of paper posted on the door that's like don't do this or don't do that, and it's kind of like a rule across the site. It's not like actual law, but it's like a guideline within like that place. You know what I mean?
Like, don't let your bears in.
Yeah, exactly. Like don't feed the bears and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
You wonder
like,
why Petco doesn't let me enter their store anymore.
and those kind of signs make me wonder. I wonder how that came to pass. Like, who is the first person who did that idea? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, don't hand feed the lions. I wonder what happened there.
Oh, my fucking inner thighs. God damn, they're sore. Okay.
Ooh, there's also
Speaking
this one law where you can't you can't milk your neighbor's cow. That's a that's technically theft and a misdemeanor.
Yeah, it makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, the thigh thing's not gonna get any context.
I was gonna say, speaking of being sore, we were gonna mention like fitness and stuff. So have you been working out or?
Yeah. I didn't want you to bring that up because now I have to say the truth, but I'd rather just leave it blank.
What's the
As-
truth?
Oh,
some
I was
squats.
working out my legs today.
Leg day, let's go. Is
Which
it?
actually
Do you have difficult leg days or the easy peasy lemon squeezy?
it's like not hard. I can do like 10 reps.
Well, basically,
And
what I'm
3
saying is you can
sets,
still walk
or, like-
afterwards, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
The real
Okay.
question is, do you think you succeeded? Do you think you actually did something? Like,
Well, if
do you
my
think you hit
legs
80%
are
or-
feeling, my legs feel like fucking jello, so it has to work, or else this is
Alright.
just false
You
advertising.
reached hypertrophy. Amazing.
I hate like the soreness, like when you work
Oh,
out.
I love it. It's like it's good pain. It's beautiful pain.
I
You
know, but
you
like
worked for
for
that
the when
pain.
you're like working like a different muscle group for the first time, that like that first soreness that you get is worse than all the other soreness you get like afterwards. Like some like a little bit of soreness is okay, it's manageable.
You're right.
But like I guess from my experience, you know, obviously you can't tell what I'm thinking. Unfortunately, what am I paying you for? I'm not. But anyways, yeah, like I don't know. I did like a strict calf workout. I did like, let's see, 6 sets of 30 because I just wanted to see like that's like the optimal, the maximum amount of reps and like sets that's recommended for like maximizing hypertrophy. Like after like 6 sets of 30 reps, you're not going to get anything more out of that. So I was like, I wonder what would happen if I did that. So I did that strictly on like calf raises, but like on a step. So it also, as long as you get lengthening as well as strengthening. So I had like the whole eccentric portion. So eccentric makes you really sore as well.
Mhm.
So I was just like, you know, I wonder how sore I'm gonna be. And dang, dude, it was not fun. Like it was
I imagine.
annoying. Like even if you stretched it out, like it was a good stretch. It was very painful to stretch out, but I finally did it. And I was like, oh, okay, so today will be fine. But no, it like went right back like 10 minutes later, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna stretch like 20 times a day. So I just was like walking on my tiptoes the whole freaking day because my calves didn't like to be moved.
All right, I want all of you to name let's say a celebrity or a person you have in mind that has a picture of them. Name the one person you want the body type of, your dream body type.
Oh, that guy. Fuck. What's his name? It starts with like a D.
Um,
Oh yeah, I remember now. Oh, his name's Double 254.
Subscribe on
City
or
boy!
follow on Twitch,
City
00254. Nah, but I was thinking, personally, like Chris Heria.
oh yeah.
It's pretty interesting physique.
What
I
about
also like
what about Bumstead?
bodybuilders, but they're extremely unhealthy. Like a lot of
What
them.
about
So I'm like,
Bumstead?
I don't want to be like, do what?
Sebum, Bumstead, Chris Bumstead.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a bodybuilder, but I don't like a lot of them aren't natural. So
You're right.
that's my problem with that in particular is like
They are the only people that cannot be natural.
I really like the idea of maximizing your muscles, but I don't think that the journey to do so should like decrease your lifespan or like affect you in any other way other than like getting stronger. You
It's
know
an
what I
art.
mean? Like
It's an
these
art.
people, they got like they're freaking like getting heart attacks and like blood clots and shit. And it's like, bruh, I don't know
That's
about
what's
that.
Ronnie. That's where Ronnie's at. The man can't even walk anymore, but he did it, and he won.
Yeah. Like
Okay,
I
personally,
get it. It's an
my
extreme
body type.
sport. Like I don't have any problem with them doing that, but me personally, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, my dream body type is Bruce Lee. I think he had the perfect body type. The man.
He was very
Do
lean.
you
though.
know? Do you know some of his feats?
Yeah.
The man could hold 50-pound dumbbells out for like a good 3 minutes.
He
3
wasn't
minutes.
swole at all. He was just,
The dude was tiny, but his okay. So it has to do with muscle fiber. So like IX,
he had more
IX,
density, right?
Yes, initially. So you have fast twitch and slow twitch muscle fibers. And then there's intermediate muscle fibers, which can't be trained to be fast twitch, but they can be trained to be low twitch. So he had trained them so much to the point where he had stellar muscle fibers, but in a compact form. And that's what I deem as perfect. Strength and small size.
Yeah,
High
if you've ever
strength
seen
to
like a
weight ratio.
construction crew, they're all skinny people, but they can all pick up like an I-beam with one hand.
Heck yeah. Or like mechanics, like with their forearms being incredibly small, but like their grip strength is insane.
What I want to do is kind of find a balance, right? Because I do want to do a little bodybuilding. So I want to build some mass, but not enough to like give me like physical issues. And then I want to like focus just on like strength. So I'll be big, but I'll also be strong. You know what I mean? Because there is like a difference. Like Bruce Lee, he had all that muscle and he was lean, right? And he did kind of look skinny, which is healthy, but I want to look, kind of, I don't want to be, I don't want people to be able to look at me and say, oh, he's strong. I just want to look normal, but like have intent, like crazy strength. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's me. That's me all
Like,
the fucking way.
I don't want people to be able to tell. Like someone would be like, all right, let's arm wrestle. This guy looks average. And then just freaking destroy them.
Hey, has anyone carried a keg of beer upstairs and down them?
Oh yeah.
Like a metal.
Yeah, no, like
yeah,
the
sir.
thing alone.
100 liter.
Yeah, alone.
No, I've not done that.
I've done that.
When'd you do that?
I work at a restaurant, like half bar, half.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
I
for the
outstrength
recreation.
the manager who's been working there for like what? How long? By now.
You need a promotion. To promote you. You're carrying all this weight.
I outstrength him.
Hey, why don't you ask about VR?
Yeah.
Before VR, I walked a girl.
You walked a girl?
Like on a
Yeah.
leash?
With her to her
okay.
place.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
Well, the way you said it, you walked her, like in particular. So I was like, did you? You didn't say you walked with her. You said you walked her. So in my brain, that's kind of where I went.
Fucking hell.
There's a clarification there.
Why did you assume that?
I mean, I don't know. The thing is, I'm unassuming. So like, you know, I can understand a lot of scenarios.
I am not that much of a kinky fucking person. Fuck off.
Yuck. That's weird. And you should
Well,
feel
then
weird.
you should speak like you aren't instead of like you are.
I am a normal
Dang.
fucking person. IRL. This is a personality I put on
See,
for
that's
everyone.
the problem. You've been on Discord
Yeah.
too long, and you've got that like kind of vibe, you know.
I have a difference in appearance and in vocabulary IRL.
That's true.
Holy shit, I'm a different person and this is a personality?
Whoa, that's crazy.
I assumed you all were doing the same thing.
Nah, man, I'm
No.
just trying to be myself.
Nah, I'm straight up,
I'm
dog.
doing the opposite.
I'm natty all over here, bro.
Josh.
100%.
100%. Fuck yeah, Joe. Fist bump.
Yeah, I mean, it is very entertaining when people do like a bit or like have a different like kind of like character that they play into.
Right.
But personally, I'm trying to develop my personal character. So one way to do that is just kind of unify your personality. So I'm just trying to be the same me everywhere I go. You know what I mean?
Is that
Yeah,
word?
but
It's welcome
what
to
if
the
you mess
podcast,
up?
Morgan Freeman.
What
Thanks
the
for making
fuck?
it today.
Thank you.
Joe,
can
we're
smell
broke
you,
as shit
boy.
already. Who the fuck invited him?
I
long
think
time
Devil said he
ago.
had some connections. You know, he hooked us up.
Yes, sir.
Better be fucking free because our accounting business ain't covering that. That
I don't
is-
think you can commit enough tax fraud to pay for that.
I don't
Never.
think it's possible, but I'll
This one's on the
try.
house, boys. It's on the
Oh.
house.
I'll try to like use this as a business expense plus some tax frauding here and there and shit. Yeah. But like, it's already hard trying to convince games are a tax expense. Not this is it like a business expense. This is stretching it. Fucking
Mhm.
hell! The IRS sent a plane after me.
Wait, they can't do that. You're in Canada.
The ATF are coming.
That's the whole
They're coming for
plan.
you.
But you fool! I'm fucking with the U.S.'s money. Nothing is offline.
Oh yeah,
Off
they don't
limits.
care regardless.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard the Queen didn't pay her taxes, and look what happened.
It was
do you
Jay
think-
Schlatt.
Where do you think that gold throne came from?
It's a good question. My question is, who's really in charge now?
Mm,
Nobody knows.
isn't it the sun?
Nobody want. I feel like it's a less of nobody knows, Joe, and instead of nobody wants to answer. That's what I feel like it is.
I don't give a shit. It ain't my problem. It will never be my problem. I don't understand people who just fucking bawl their eyes out for. I can understand, yo, you feel sad for the queen. She was a great person that did great shit. But you're acting like you knew her, talked to her every fucking day. There's a difference
yeah.
between
Didn't
like,
all
mornings-
British people?
Their lives are very very public. So I think a lot of people kind of feel like they really know them. When in reality,
That's
they
yeah. If
don't.
you
The same
watch
thing happens
the,
to anyone who's
Keith-
famous, really.
Yeah,
I am
yeah.
making sure that never happens to me.
Dude,
Well-
as long as you're anonymous, it won't.
Well,
Wait,
that's
my
what
face
it
is
was all
online.
about. Even before she was inaugurated, she wanted to be. She wanted to have that constant connection with the people. Even what's his face, the guy she was married to. I can't remember his name. Wasn't it Philip or some shit? Whatever it was. Philip filmed. They filmed it live. Her when she became queen, like the whole ceremony type
Like
thing.
the coronation.
And
yeah.
they wanted it to be. They wanted it to. And
It
then
was, like,
from
on
that
TV
point on,
for
it
the
was
first time.
constant connection with the people. So I feel like that's why everybody's so pressed about it.
Mhm. Yeah. That makes sense.
I remember when. I don't remember when.
It's copyright.
Fuck. Well, shit.
That was a little delayed, but I'll take it.
All right, we
We'll
try it again.
still take that.
At least you tried.
I don't think that was a swear word, but we'll assume it is.
The editor's
Yes.
supposed to do that in post. It's not supposed to be live. I don't think it's possible
Oh.
to do it live.
Yeah, it is. Try it.
You.
See, you can say anything you want. Like,
How dare you insult my mother like that?
yeah, like Kiwi and all that, and
Bro.
and
Dang, bro.
yeah, and he
You
sucked.
You know what?
I guess
Also,
also,
like-
like age restricted now.
Yo,
Thanks.
double. You know what? I'm
What's
not
up?
doing your tax fraud anymore. Get fucked.
Oh,
You didn't bleep it.
I forgot.
Oh shit! It didn't get bleeped.
Oi, chat. Let me quickly check. Chat.
I can also do this one.
I don't think there's anything going on in our chat right now.
Oh well, I got YouTube side. Someone gets Twitches.
Well, I mean, I have them both incorporated into the stream, so I can see everything. I'm the all singing individual. Bum bum bum.
I don't have one for that. Wait, do I?
No, someone's been
No, I
typing
don't.
in chat.
Who's typing in chat?
No, it like shows up on stream. I have it displaying on both YouTube and Twitch within the stream.
And his music care. Ask Seal about VR, new follower.
Oh, yeah, we forgot to talk about VR.
Seal.
Yeah, ask me about VR.
The chat is ready to display messages.
You're reading it backwards. That's the bottom.
Wait, what? That.
Seal
Here,
VR.
I'll
What
do
is
it.
it?
Well, I'll tell you what's going on in VR after these short messages.
Unplug your shit.
Scramble.
As you can see here, it's a commercial break for here at the AdviColor podcast. Why don't you go ahead and hit follow on Twitch for AdviColor 00Sil54 Kiwi. And Josh, you got anything? Probably not. Do you, Josh? I don't know. Just check if Josh has one too.
The
Make
50th
sure to
Canadian
go,
Kiwi on Twitch and
50th
YouTube.
Canadian Kiwi on Twitch and YouTube. And make sure to follow Joseph over here on Twitch and YouTube, AdviColor. And then,
Yes, sir.
you know, why don't you, well, since you're there, might as well hit up 00Sil54, you know, it's always good. And, yeah, plug.
Over. All right. So what's
Fantastic.
going on with VR? VR is so as you know, it's shorthand for virtual reality, right? And
Mhm.
so what is going on in it?
Is it like weird? Is it like an
is-
alternate reality, or is it like completely different?
No, it's like the same plane of existence, but okay, so here's an example.
So it's like augmented reality.
Here's an example. If you close your eyes and you imagine a field of wild grass just blowing in the wind synchronously,
Like
that's
field.
kind of what the goggles look like, but with LEDs, and it's like two lenses for your eyeballs. So if you have one eyeball, you don't have any depth perception, and that's kind of on you. But what's going on in VR is we're over with Parksua and his Legend Lounge now. It's no longer the Ape Lounge, and we're hosting events,
Ape
and we're
has
making it.
become a legend.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's
Mainly
impressive.
because I'm here, but yeah, we've just been building it up, and now we're finally time to kick it off professional style rather than adolescent like we were doing before. You know.
Gotcha. That's cool. You have a website or anything we can plug for that? or- 0054 on
Nope.
Twitch.
I mean, yeah, that one 00254 on Twitch. But you
Yes,
can
sir.
also do whatchamacallit. Oh, here you go. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Here, Joe, show the stream this. Show the stream this, Joe. Joe. Show this
Okay.
to the stream.
Side characters. I have to change my window capture for this.
So that's me, and there's my
Not showing it just yet.
that's oh, well, when you see it, you'll see me and my
All
my
right.
Twitch name.
What are we looking at here?
And that's also my band right there. That's we're the side characters. It's me and Ostino the cat. Fantastic lyricist. Can't get enough of him. And you know, there's something new to learn about him every day.
Mm.
Thought I
Cool,
knew the
cool,
guy,
cool.
and then he goes and says some outlandish shit. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Anyway, that's what's going on at VR.
Cool. Would you like to give us a little sample? Well, what you got any recordings or?
Yes.
So just to
I
be clear, this
do.
is like your band and everything, or is this a song in particular?
It's a song that we wrote.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, we have multiple.
Mm,
We're working
okay,
on
so
a
this
new
is-
one.
Oh, okay.
But I'll play a song for you guys. It's called
Ice and Fire.
what?
Play Bluebird.
I'll play the song we wrote. It is called fuck, where is it? It's called hold on. It's called wait for it.
That's a weird name.
No, it's from SpongeBob. I don't want to worry about it too hard. Okay, it's called Leaving Pot.
And do you have any album art for that as well, or no?
What?
You have any album art for it?
No, I have the song
Not
right
yet.
here.
Okay, so it's just 0054. You can follow him on Twitch. Do you put your music on Twitch?
Yes.
SoundCloud? Cool. So you can see that on Twitch?
On
y'all?
Twitch. On Twitch.
All right. Live?
I'll play it live.
Alrighty. So you get to hear it here, and then you get to go follow him.
I'll just
and
play
see it.
I'll play the beginning so it don't take too long. So they have to
Yeah.
actually go seek it out if they like.
Yeah, you gotta get the rest of it over at 0054. Here we go.
Oh, darling, please don't go. Darling, please don't go back to New Orleans. You know I love you, so I. I'll be your dog. I'll be your dog. Roof. I want y'all to know tonight. Oh, I want y'all to know tonight that oh yeah. Oh yeah, I fucked that one up.
Alright,
It's
well,
this
that's
one.
pretty
It's this
cool.
one. Here it is. Here it is. All right, now let's play it. Let's go. Full
Wait, that
speed.
wasn't it?
No,
No,
no.
he's playing the entire song.
Think I'm gonna do. Leaving parts just like a sandfly. Probably not, 'cause I can't have a horseman. I'm riding my steed past the 500 reading copy. You know what I do? Leaving that. Never let it get shut down. That's all you get.
If you want the rest, you gotta go follow Double Z54 on Twitter. But yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy.
I'm curious. So Devil's obviously really good at music. Do y'all
Don't
have...
inflate his ego anymore. He'll turn into
I'm segueing off that. I want to figure out what y'all
I
are
actually
good
have
at.
pretty low self-esteem, so you're really not doing much.
Don't jinx it. He'll turn into an Airheads commercial. Trust me, that's how it works.
So what's the Airheads commercial? I don't understand.
Oh my fuck! Oh god.
I don't
I
know
don't
what
get that
Airheads is
reference.
because they didn't sponsor us, so I have no clue.
Yeah, don't know 'em. I do know AdviColor though. Pretty cool.
And Americans.
I do know AdviColor. AdviColor is really cool. Hey, why don't you
Why don't you go over and head over to Twitch and give AdviColor a good old follow?
Twitch.tv/AdviColor.
Twitch.tv/AdviColor. You know, we're the best
follow,
and
subscribe.
only podcast
I
that you
might-
can only get on
notification bell
Twitch.
on YouTube.
Twitch is AdviColor
I'm-
at twitch.com/TV/AdviColor/awesome.
Guys, I might know some people. I think legitimately getting like a cookie with our logo on it might be possible,
Oh, sick! I want to see that shit.
but it's gonna.
I could do that. I just
we
need
would
like
have to make it
frosting.
non-toxic and non-GMO, non-gluten,
Nah, bro,
sugar-free.
give me all the genetically modified
vegan.
ingredients. Come on.
No, we
I'm
can't.
trying to
put
be the
MSG
Hulk.
in
How am I
the
gonna be the
cookies.
Hulk if I don't get
Don't
genetically
put MSG
modified?
in the cookies.
But yeah, I'm just curious if the rest of y'all have like any particular talent that you like to show off or like skill or whatever.
Doing your mom.
I can do this. I can do this.
What?
Thank you.
That was almost an edit.
Do what?
I can do this.
So I'm still waiting on somehow convincing you guys to play League.
Oh, so his talent is that he's a gamer.
I will get you to play League one time on stream. Even if it's just one time, it will still
I will
count.
never touch that game.
I will make you touch it.
It'll happen when pigs fly. Okay. I mean,
yeah.
I'm gonna make it happen, unconsensually or not.
whoa.
Listen, when Stephen Hawking walks,
Pause,
that's when I'll
buddy.
play League.
Bro, he's gonna have to be alive
First,
first.
he's got to get out of the 6 feet of dirt.
Yeah, he did. He did.
First, he gotta
Okay.
respawn. We gotta get his reboot card, bro.
When the queen comes back, that's when.
No, and don't bring planes up during September. Seriously, those jokes just crash and burn.
Oh.
Was that dark? That was
messed
too dark. That is your limit. Out of all of the
Well, we
things
are America.
all the things we said,
America. Dun, dun.
that is your limit.
Oh, I'm not gonna say my limit. It's-
I'm guessing y'all don't have any particular skill.
Video editing.
You have any
I,
special set of
I
skills?
have a skill. It's just hard to show.
Oh,
What
wait,
is
no,
this? Can
I
you
have a
explain
very
it?
important skill.
Yes. I can briefly explain it because I somehow I think whenever I bring up a skill of mine, I feel like I'm being cocky. So I'm just gonna be
All
brief.
right, well, everyone else can go
Um,
first then.
Yes.
Uh,
What about you,
first, my-
Kiwi?
I can lift 10 pounds with my wiener.
No. way.
wait a minute.
I need
That's
some
not
proof.
healthy
I
or
need some proof.
normal.
He said he needs proof.
Oh,
Go
nice.
check out a
Visual proof,
doctor. Go check a doctor, because
Yeah,
that
but
could be
your mom is
accurate.
more than 10 pounds.
That is a superpower.
Oh no! Oh no! No! Damn, real late with that one.
Anyway, I think you guys already know my, I guess, kind of like talent or superpower skill, whatever. Mine is like, get them super sensitive taste buds. So I can like tell when the milk's gonna
Oh,
go
I
bad.
got that too. It's called being a super taster.
That's
Yeah.
not a thing.
Well, the thing is, I can drink milk. No one else can tell it's bad except for me until like a couple weeks later. So
Oh.
Yeah, a couple of weeks later, we still have a week's worth of time.
that, I guess, you know.
We don't waste milk here in this household. We don't
Alright.
have the money to waste milk.
So what is your superpower? Being frugal?
No, that's being brown. That's baked into my DNA.
I got that by default.
No.
I
Okay.
haven't changed the configuration.
Okay, the whole stereotype of Jews being cheap or frugal, that's I don't agree with. They're thrifty, not
Mm.
frugal or cheap. Browns and Chinese, that's where they are.
$5, but for you, $3.
3 too
Just for
high,
you, my friend.
too
Just
high,
for you.
my friend. Too high, my friend. We need $1.
Well,
I'll give
it's
you
not
50
that they're frugal.
cents.
They just, it's in that kind of culture. They like to haggle, and some people see haggling as being cheap, and in a way, it is because you want a lower price. So yeah, it makes sense. But it's common for them,
Mm.
and people who are good
see
at
the
haggling are
chat.
pretty. They get all the money. All right. Well, I guess we'll go back to Josh. Josh, what was your secret super duper secret skill?
Super duper.
Well. So I'm a martial artist, but the thing with being
Bruce
a
Lee.
martial artist
Okay.
is
All
that
right.
I'm a national. I compete nationally.
So you compete on the
I
national
have,
level.
I have 2 trophies. I wish I could show you all, but I have 2 trophies from nationals.
Okay, which
but
martial
6 foot
art, or
tall.
is it mixed?
Taekwondo.
Taekwondo. Okay.
Ooh.
Now
So
my
you- so,
feats from that. Continue.
Sorry. You could just.
Does this mean you have cauliflower ear?
I have, and actually my last tournament, which was so obviously there's a tournament season, so like it's not
Mhm.
constant tournaments. But my last tournament, I actually I cracked my sternum.
Dang.
Dang.
But
you popped it or
thankfully
you, like,
you don't need
damaged
it. It's cracked, like, but it's fully healed by now. Should
Okay.
be, because
Dang.
it doesn't require a cast for that type of stuff. It can heal on its own.
Yeah. How do you crack your sternum? Like, does it like stretch too far, or is it like it compressed? Like, how does that?
I was hit.
In sternum.
Yes, I was kicked in the sternum. So
Dang.
directly in the chest. Yes, people kick hard, people die. So it's like that got dark. But
that
it's
a
fun.
penalty?
It's so freaking.
It's like
fun.
Mortal Kombat over there.
No,
It takes
isn't
a
that
lot.
But
a
in real
penalty
life.
technically?
It's to the
Yes. The thing is, it's hard to tell whenever somebody has that done to them. Now I was in pain, but with my adrenaline, I oftentimes forget forget the hurt. Now that sounds stupid, but like I'll feel the effects. Okay, like if somebody touches it, I'll like feel something, but like I'll forget about it, like in itself. Anyway, some of my feats are so with a punch, a direct not a jab. I wish it was a jab, but with a back fist punch, I can break 4 boards, which is the equivalent of a human fever.
Femur.
Femur, yes, strongest bone.
So would
These
that
sound
work
effects.
with all that skin and muscle in the way, or just like only on bone? Is how that
Yes, it would work with the skin and muscle.
Dang. So basically, you're telling me you could punch out somebody's femur.
Yes.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's some Mortal Kombat shit, man.
You're not getting my femur any day.
Have you ever
No,
actually hit
no.
a punch like at full force, or is that like your max?
That is my max. That is like me at peak. That's
Gotcha.
like
Have you ever hit somebody close to that?
20,000% adrenaline. Like I'll have to be pissed, etc. Now typically I'm only able to break around 2 to 3 boards, and like a normal. But that's still a good amount. That's like a rib cage, maybe. But yes, that's my feat.
How many
and
opponents
again,
have you killed?
The part
stop
is
that.
when you're sparring, I don't tend to go for a kill.
Right.
That's my intention.
I mean, yeah, it's like a respectable sport. I mean, you're doing damage, but
it's
you're not.
fun, but you have to train your heart out, and it's like it's scary because some people don't know how to hold back, and that's when you're terrified.
Damn.
Especially when you have a guy with adrenaline that gets pissed because you just got a point on him. You have to get light and fast. Usually, you don't actually go for power. But when
Gotcha.
you do, it's
yeah, that's
dense,
right.
it's dangerous. But some people don't understand that.
So is
anyways, that's me.
Taekwondo, is that a mix of striking and grappling, or is it mostly grappling?
No, it's not even grappling. It's not grappling at all. It is deemed the way of the hand and the foot. So what
striking.
is yes, it is pure striking.
Ah,
Mainly with the legs, but I can use fists.
gotcha.
You want the most speed you can muster. So like you're not hittable, basically. That's the idea.
Have you ever had a street fight? Like you fought someone on the street before?
Once. Only once. And
So
that was
did
3
any
months
of your
ago.
training actually like work? And were you able to apply it?
I'd say in general, no, you forget unless it is drilled into you. Now the issue is I train every day. This is the only thing I like. This is the only thing I've been exceptional at. So I train every day. I love it. It is my life. So in that instance, yes, it applied because it's all I know. So yes, it was helpful. But the main flaw in Taekwondo, in which I think
You're not
sports are
training
better-
under the same pressure, so when you get into a
Yes.
situation with that pressure, you're not gonna be able to remember it.
What the fuck?
the main issue is distance. You have to keep a distance. For kicks, you can't kick up close. There is no way. You have to resort to fist. But if I have distance,
Can't do kneeing. Can't throw knees.
It's ineffective. That's unrealistic. It's
Really?
very unrealistic. Yes. Kneeing is unrealistic.
Sorry about just screaming "what the fuck" all of a sudden, but I
was wondering.
I was like checking my CPU temps and I accidentally put it on Fahrenheit, and it showed 100, 2 to 120.
Man's running on a nuclear generator.
120. I thought it was in Celsius, so
I was about to say, bro.
I was concerned. Just what the fuck? Why is there a giant?
His computer's the sun.
You touch your computer, it's an inferno.
You vaporize instantly.
Okay, no, it's more around 40 Celsius for 39. But like,
Better be.
the fucking jump in Fahrenheit fucking gave me a heart attack. Cause like, I think the max it can handle is about 105 Celsius before any real damage happens.
Gotcha. Yeah. But yeah, speaking of like martial arts, I mean, I guess my counterpoint would be kind of like in MMA, you do see some knees. that are pretty effective. But the difference there is like there's different rules. Like
There is rules.
and in a street fight,
Rules
there
defined.
isn't rules. So the problem is, you know, you can fight all day, but they can fight as dirty as they want. Is what that's
Yep.
the. So it's kind of like, is it going to help? Well, if you're training with rules, no. But I think if you're training with no rules, then maybe be more effective, like in a street scenario.
Like, theoretically,
Well,
if I had distance for my leg length, if I had full leg length distance, I am most likely going to knock down with a single kick, but that's only because
And
I
that's
can
on
do that
timing.
kick.
Yeah, you got to time that as well.
Yes, and naturally, under Taekwondo, you're meant to be fast, so my kick is fast, and it's hard to block.
And you
I'll
can
at
do that under
least
pressure.
break an arm bone. Yeah. Yes.
I mean, that's,
Because sparring is very intense. If you ever spar, it's emulated real life. Like people are literally trying to hit you. Maybe not
That's
hard,
good.
but they are still trying to hit you.
that's the thing though. In sparring, it's like a set environment where like you expect it to happen, right? Imagine like I guess, you know, the way some people explain this is like conditions. Like most people
Oh, yeah.
just walking around doing their condition white, like they're not really aware of they're not paying attention to danger. And then condition yellow is just kind of like almost like you're just relaxed, but you're ready. Like you can expect it.
Have you ever
And,
heard
like,
of Krav Maga?
I haven't looked into it as much, but it looks kind of
I actually know about Krav Maga. Krav
Yeah, you
Maga
can't
is
spar.
it's what the Israeli army trains with.
Yeah, you can't
cannot
spar with that
under
because they
that
like
because it's
pull your eye
lethal.
out or some
It is
shit.
lethal.
Yeah, it's
And
just
it's
causing the most
not
amount of
allowed in
damage to the
MMA
other
or
person
something.
it's
It's
crazy.
like it's effective in like the street, but it's not like a sport that you know. So it's different.
You
It's
have
like,
a 50-50% chance if Taekwondo works for you. You have to have distance. If you don't have distance, you can't use it.
right.
You're basically just boxing.
You fool!
'Cause it's a striking,
I've
yeah.
a gun to this fist fight.
Which Taekwondo includes boxing, so it's
Oh, okay.
it's all striking.
So
basically. Anyway,
if you don't mind, what made you choose Taekwondo? Like, did you have an option of different stuff, or
yes.
and why did you like? Did it just suit you?
Speed. I'm my build. I'm not like a stocky build. I'm actually a very narrow build. The reason I mentioned Bruce Lee is because I literally have his body type.
Gotcha.
And he was a speed guy. So my idea is, if I'm not going to get hit, I'm not going to get hit.
Yeah.
That's the reason. And Taekwondo is literally about speed. So that's it. Simple enough.
Cool. Strike first.
Strike first.
Good. That's cool. I've been looking
Next
into
topic.
like martial arts and shit. I was like, mixed martial arts would be interesting, but I don't know any martial arts. So I should probably stick to one thing first, like like kickboxing maybe, and then do something more advanced. I don't know.
Kickboxing, yes. Andrew Tate.
Well, that's always been like it's always been like the next. It's like not it's like the next level of boxing, and so it's popular in that way. It's
I'd love kickboxing.
kicks are allowed, so it's a little bit more realistic. But I mean, there's still rules, you know. So it's like it's interesting.
Do you have a long wingspan?
Over 6 foot wingspan,
Okay, how tall are you?
like 6'2".
Okay.
Only
Actually, haven't measured my
Wait,
my wingspan.
wait,
It
wait.
could be
Your
longer.
wingspan is
Could be shorter.
Your wingspan has to be there.
Well, usually it's
You
your
might
height,
have really short arms. Yeah. Yeah.
but I mean, yeah.
All right, then you might have average. Yeah.
So who knows?
If you have incredibly long arms, you're going to be so good at boxing.
That's what I was thinking.
Me with short ass arms trying to learn how to box.
T-Rex arms. Well,
You're an
there's
inner
different
fighter.
styles that help different like body types.
Yep. You're an inner fighter. You're an outer fighter. Outer fighters have long.
What
arms.
really impresses me is how some people like they practice their dodging skills and they're like next level. They like can can dodge every single punch you throw at them.
Yeah.
And it's less like every punch you have. It's more advanced than that because they kind of
Muscle
bait you
memory.
into throwing a certain punch that they can avoid. So they're not like avoiding like something you've practiced. They're getting you to do what they want and then dodging what they planned for. So it's really interesting how they do that. I like saw a little technical breakdown of it and I was like, yeah, that's sick. But the amount of training you would need to do that, that's crazy. But that's what I find impressive. Like people who can just dodge and it just looks so natural.
I think boxers have the biggest chance in a street fight. Like,
Really?
come on. Yeah. Like all
As
they
a-
do is punch and they dodge. Like, come on.
As a person who is trying to
Well, the
learn
thing
how
about
to
street fights is, I mean, you got
Oh.
fist, right? That's a given.
Mhm.
Like you both are in hand. You're gonna be in hand-to-hand combat theoretically, but that's not counting any like weapons, like knives,
No,
guns,
of course.
grenades. I don't know.
But is that even
so? It's
martial
like
arts?
fun. I'm sorry.
it's kind of, I guess this kind of debate of like, oh, if they won't work in a street fight kind of doesn't make sense. I like the sport aspect of like fighting. Like the street aspect is cool and all, and obviously some training is better than none. But at the end of the day, street fights they're not fair. Whereas in like a sport, it is fair because you both been training the same thing and you both follow the same rules. I guess yeah, it's fair versus unfair, and in unfair, of course, things don't make as much sense. So I guess I kind of like the idea of like a sport, fair sport. That'd be cool.
Fun fact,
Yeah.
I convinced my gym teacher that because we have like a whole gym set that we musculation, and I convinced my gym teacher in that class to let me basically take there's like a rack of metal poles, and like they're all covered in like a soft, grippy foam. And I convinced him, yo, it's all right if we pretend these are swords and actually do actual stances with them as we roll.
That sounds sick.
The only rule is don't break anything or hurt anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Break anything like vases that are lying
No,
around?
like the glass, like a mirror wall
Okay.
or equipment.
That sounds kind of fun. Like a lot of I've noticed like a lot of the stances in some martial arts are like based on the use of like a sword or a spear, and I'm like that's kind of interesting because I feel like the ultimate martial arts stance really doesn't go with any particular weapon. You know, like you're supposed to be the weapon.
Fun,
You're the weapon.
yeah,
I guess that's
fun
how
fact.
I kind of think of it.
Fun fact. So because of that, basically, I did a 1v1 against the friends I had in that class. Because I know how actually somewhat to wield a sword, because D&D shit. Yes, I have research on how a sword is probably properly held and used.
Swordsman.
Yeah. So I kind of basically
Harry.
every time someone
Riposte.
attacked, I would block, step forward, and like
Slice.
basically have my rod at their chest with the ability to like plunge into their chest. I literally parried all these fuckers.
That's kind of
Parry
cool.
this
I
casual.
remember I was playing this game called Blade and Sorcery, and it's like medieval combat. So you have your spears and your swords and yada yada. And I was like, it was okay, like as a base game, but then I like saw this YouTube video of like a swordsman playing like the VR, and I was like, yeah, that'd be sick. So I started looking up different like sword techniques and stuff. I even looked up like broadsword, longsword, katana, yada yada, just like how they wield the weapons, how they parry, and yada yada. So I ended up doing that for a while, and it was kind of fun. So I feel like in like I probably wouldn't be too good at fencing, but like a basic sword fight with like a long sword, I feel like I'd have a pretty good chance. Because I learned
You come
how
to my
do all that
school
shit.
next week. Come to my
Yes,
school
sir.
next week. I got a pole.
Bring a sword. Wait, what?
I'll be right there.
Wait, I don't have swords. I'm too poor for that. So you get a metal pole.
Are swords allowed in Canada?
No, you can't open
We're about
carry.
to find
And
out.
even then, it has to be as dull as a butter knife.
Gotcha. Okay, well we'll stick with like wooden swords or something. There we go. Or like we'll use the
Wooden
Nerf
long-
swords.
Hold up, wooden long swords. I need to Google this now.
Dude,
I think
that'd
I know
be
what my
epic.
next. I think I know what I'm gonna spend my next month's paycheck on.
Next purchase. That'd be sick.
Well, it wouldn't be solid. I'd assume it's dry wood with just a finish on it. I wouldn't make it that heavy.
Oh no, I'm
I mean, if you're
looking up
smart.
good quality shit.
Top quality.
Top quality wood.
Top cheap
Actually,
shitty.
bamboo swords are kind of cool. Uh,
So what do y'all think about Andrew Tate? His name came up a while back, and I was like, "Yo, this is
Oh
gonna be funny."
no.
Let my opinion be last.
Okay.
The only thing like I use from Andrew is or I don't even use it all the time. I use it sometimes. It's when he said I only go to sleep when I'm tired. I don't like being on a schedule. Even if I
Yeah.
have work the next morning, I'll just sleep better the next night. Dude, that shit does not fucking work. I tried it. It sucks. Dude, just go to bed.
you need a schedule. I don't care what the fucker
You need a
says.
schedule.
Well, the thing is,
Yeah,
that, you know,
dude.
he's got like the 5-hour energies and Red Bulls and shit. So it's what he says is, I wouldn't take it too seriously because obviously he's trying to get publicity, you know, and the
Mhm.
best way to get popular is to say something that people don't agree with. I mean, the news has been using that for a while, and he's starting to take advantage of that. So he says a lot of out of pocket things. And it makes him more popular, which is hilarious. It's hilarious how effective it is. It's really effective. But some of the things he says are actually kind of interesting to think about. But like I said, it's obviously very controversial. That's the whole point, you know. That's why he's, you know, one of the most popular
Guys, I'll be
people
right
on
back.
the
I have
internet right
to
now.
restart my computer.
Okay.
What about you, Kiwi?
What? I'm still looking at long swords.
Oh, what do you got?
Blade USA E5, material art, polypropylene training sword.
Dude, that'd
34
be
inch
cool. We should just start like
overall.
a sword channel now.
No, it's not.
Welcome
This
to
is just
the
a one-off
AdviColor sword
thing.
play.
That sounds like a fucking innuendo.
It does, but I would never have caught that.
Well, you just be smarter. There.
Whatever.
Fun fact, due to the curve of a katana, it automatically has basically an auto alignment.
It's perfect edge alignment.
Auto alignment. Yeah, I've seen the video.
It slices better than like a straight thing.
It slices cardboard like butter.
Mm.
Add to cart.
Add to cart.
We should all get katanas.
Oh, shit. We should get katanas and then virtually sword fight.
Yes. Yo,
Sure.
Blade
Yeah.
and Sorcery is. I think it's. I heard like a multiplayer mod was coming out, so maybe we can do like some medieval combat in VR. I don't know about Kiwi.
That'd
We
be
got to
sick.
get him donate so we can get Kiwi a new
We still got to get Kiwi that new
headset
computer.
and everything.
Actually, you know the $4,000 PC, I might just delay on buying it, so I can buy a bed frame, a loft bed. So the top there's going to be a bunk bed without the bottom, so the loft bed. So I have an
Oh.
actual desk space, and then I'm going to buy
Oh, that's
the
genius.
yeah.
That's a really good like optimization of like the space that you have. Because instead of having a bed taking up space, you have it up, and then you have your little like desk under it. That's actually good.
Yeah, but before I do that, I have to get like around 15,000, so I can actually purchase everything.
You heard that, chat? Donate $15,000.
I have like 8,600 now. So
Okay, so donate 3,000, and that should cover it.
no, not really, but
4,000.
I think I should wait until I have about 15,000 and then blow a good chunk
I
on
mean,
like
he's working himself to death carrying these kegs up these stairs, man. You gotta, somebody donate.
no, I don't want money. I work for my own money.
I mean,
I've been planning to open up a whole Fiverr thing so I can actually, edit videos and get paid for them, but
that's smart.
first I have to find
you
someone
go.
that's willing to pay me and then just all that
Well,
shit.
yeah, one thing you can do is you can start off doing it like for free. You do one for free, and then you use you ask them for like a review in return, and then you like start like upping it to like $1, and then maybe $5.
What do you think I've been doing?
What do you think?
But man's
I
already
could
way
join
ahead of
Fiverr
me, of
for?
course.
I've been doing this for a bunch of other streamers on Twitch for a while.
Dude, you need them to shout you out, bruh. Tell them to give you a shout out.
Yeah, on their YouTube, but like
Subscribe to the 50 Kiwi on Twitch, y'all. Let's get him some bread.
I don't
alright?
use Twitch.
Give him some cred.
Or YouTube.
I only use
or
Yeah,
Discord.
only
what?
YouTube.
YouTube. Okay, there we go.
Only YouTube. Oh shit! Yeah, we need to end the stream soon.
I want to
Yeah, we
wait
need to end
till Josh gets back, but if he doesn't, we may just end.
I say we give him 5 seconds.
1,000. Dude, how long does it take to restart your computer, bruh? I mean, it takes me about like 30 seconds
Give him
because I
5
have like a
minutes.
15-second delay.
Give him 5 minutes.
He must. I guess you can probably tell how bad someone's computer is by how long it takes to start, to like restart.
No, that's just on the boot drive.
Maybe. Well, I have an SSD and it's slow, but the thing is, I have a timeout so that I can hop into the BIOS if I ever need to overclock or change any settings. So that's kind of.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a timer that I've set, but some computers have no timer and they're just like barely chugging along like a slow train.
Why are VR headsets so expensive?
Dude,
Because
get you the Oculus Pro that for like 15 grand.
Yeah, but I'd rather have a 15 grand computer than a $15.
That's true. That's a good point. Dude, imagine a complete like standalone headset like that would actually be good. Like I know the Quest was like a standalone with a mobile processor. I want to see a graphics card like a 3090 like sticking out of a headset. Like you know what I mean? Can you imagine that shit?
Oculus Quest for like fucking $700.
You just like wear a computer on your head or like on your back.
The 700. That's how much I have to pay for the loft bed frame.
Sacrifice. What are you gonna do? Which one you gonna pick?
Buy a bed frame first, then deal with that.
Oh, Josh is about to come back. Want to hear? He said he was gonna say something about. You were gonna say something about Andrew Tate, weren't ya?
He's a bitch. He's a bitch.
Yes,
All right.
He's a
Well,
other
We've
fucking bitch.
gotten to your opinion,
how far-
but just before we end the
really?
stream.
All right. Okay. So my opinion on Andrew Tate, I actually think his opinion on the modern male is good. I do believe that somewhat we need to not be taught how to be a proper, respecting toward women man by women, because I believe that because of over the past couple years, women have finally became equal. Like I'd say, in a first world country such as America, women are now treated, for the most part, except for extremists, equal. I do believe that, and I believe that equal pay. This is going to be very controversial, but I do believe there's a sort of overpowering that's happening now, believe it or not. So I do think us not getting as soft, us still having a work ethic, etc., is a good thing. So I do believe that's what he's trying to get at. I believe he said outlandish things in sarcasm to gain publicity for his real opinions.
Right.
But there are obviously extremist things like breathe air whenever you're suffocating,
Or like you're having a heart attack. Like
like-
just grow up.
but
Yeah, like you're homeless.
Like,
get a
okay,
home.
buddy.
Yeah. Like obviously he's joking, but a lot of people take
He's
that
doing a
as his
bit,
real
yeah.
opinion.
But he does have
It's
he does have
publicity.
some real opinions in there.
Yeah, and that's what I agree with. So I do think it's a good idea. He's made some valid points.
Yeah. That's interesting.
my
Does
opinion.
anyone else want to follow that up or
Not about Andrew Tate, but about something else.
okay, go ahead.
Fun fact: Russia and Latvia have, I think, the lowest men to women ratio. So, guys, we're going to Russia.
Let's go.
Fuck yeah!
Going to become a Slav. We get the vodka.
We're going to Moscow because it's beautiful there.
Moscow.
And Russia has hot women.
Yeah, let's
They
be
look
honest.
Like, they look like
Rush-
cave women is what they look like. That's the problem.
Okay, let's be honest. Russian women
just
Have you
clipped
seen
that,
them,
bro.
bro?
I
They
just
have
clipped
like the
that.
scalar. They have like the cranium, like they're
I
like a
don't think
compressed
so, man.
cranium. They look like cave
I don't
women.
know about all that.
I don't know,
you-
man.
bro,
I've seen some like. Hold on.
Well, I'm saying
searching
most
up
of them, not all of
Russian
them.
women.
Obviously, there's like
searching up
top
Russian
tier,
women.
like for sure.
Listen.
Oh yeah,
But, like, the
genetic
majority are, like,
famous.
Look like they live in caves.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
I kind of see it.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
All right, never mind. Maybe, but well, actually, not. Women are women.
It's true.
If I'm gonna say it, a hole is a hole.
A hole is a goal.
That's what
The hole
Zeus's
is
motto
the
was.
goal.
But yeah, that's
what
another thing that's
Zeus's
kind of
motto
whack. Like
was.
a lot of people. Have you noticed that like some Americans can't get any American women, so they go over. Like, have you seen this on YouTube and stuff? Like they
Oh,
go to
fuck
other
yeah,
countries to get
I-
girls, but they can't do it.
That's
in
because
America.
America's the only place where we put women on such a high pedestal.
That's
Like
true.
everywhere else,
Extreme.
they're just the same. But
They're
yeah,
literally
it's just in
equal.
America.
Like,
It's the same with like race. Like if you notice that, like they try to not only make it equal, but they basically, it's like anti-racist. Like they overdo it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
to the point where let's say an African American person
Has
is
more
almost
opportunity.
their opinion is more so taken than even a white person of the same status, etc. Just because they're black and they don't want to
So it's
see
like we don't make solutions here. We overcorrect in America, and it's like
This
it's
is
kind
America's
of
problem.
annoying.
One of the most hated thing. Okay, so this one bitch. Okay, so she
Whoa.
This one bitch.
Okay, she continues
Buddy?
ranting about on how she's a victim and because she's black, she suffered through slavery. Bitch, no, you suffered through
Bro,
no slavery. Your mother
Slavery
made
hasn't happened for 30 like 40
your
years.
grandmother, yeah, she probably did. Her grandmother probably did. Her grandmother, yes, definitely. But still, that was fucked up. But
We are
don't
not
you
having this
dare,
conversation.
don't you dare try to claim victimhood over something that didn't happen. Being
Yeah, it's like
being discriminated, that's a different thing.
We literally have extremists that will be racist, but that's not the majority of America, so don't treat us like that. Not all
Right.
white people are bad.
Exactly.
it's
I'm-
like the,
I'm a very
the
reasonable person.
overgeneralization.
God, I feel
It's
so
like,
American
oh
right
well,
now.
you're white, you must be racist, and like all this
America.
crap.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, we got some crazy things going on. Is anything else y'all would like to talk about before we wrap things up?
No, close these.
We got
Close.
really controversial at the end there.
Close.
All right, everybody. Thanks again for
Close it before they find our RP.
thanks again for
gonna
watching
get pissed
the
at me for my
AdviColor
Andrew
podcast.
Tate.
We got real controversial there at the end. Hopefully,
No, we didn't.
I'd like to actually hear some of your opinions on that if anyone's
We got
listening.
right.
So yeah, go ahead, submit that, and we'll definitely make sure to read those, especially if they're comedic and interesting. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
So who's